There comes a moment when a man begins to notice a quiet change. Erections that were once firm, dependable, and almost effortless now seem weaker, less reliable, sometimes absent altogether. Nights of intimacy bring more frustration than fulfillment, and with it comes a silent fear. Is this just aging catching up? Many men over 60 carry this thought in silence, believing decline is inevitable, that passion and vitality belong only to the past. But what if the truth is very different? What if the real reason is not testosterone, not desire, not even age itself, but something far simpler, something the body has quietly lost, a deficiency so small it is almost invisible, yet powerful enough to change how your blood flows, how your energy returns, and how your confidence feels in the most private of moments. Most men have never been told this. They assume weakness is destiny, when in reality the body is simply signaling that it needs support. And here is the part that may surprise you. The solution does not come in the form of expensive pills or dangerous shortcuts. It may already be present in foods you know, or in a single daily nutrient that has been overlooked for decades. If this speaks to something you've been quietly living with, I invite you to stay with me until the end, because what you'll discover may bring back more than performance. It may restore the confidence and vitality you thought were gone. And before we continue, I'd be honored if you would subscribe to this channel, leave a like if this message reflects your journey, and share it with someone close, a brother, a longtime friend, a neighbor from your walking group, or someone from church. In the comments, please tell us where you're watching from and your age. You'll see you're not alone. This is a space of care, and your story matters. Inside the body, every erection depends on one simple truth: blood must flow freely. In youth, arteries are flexible, smooth, and responsive. They expand quickly, carrying life and energy to the smallest vessels, including those that supply the penis. But with time, something changes. The lining of the arteries becomes rougher, inflammation grows, and the once elastic channels stiffen. What was once effortless begins to require more, and the first place this decline shows itself is in intimacy. This is why so many men over 60 notice weaker erections before they notice anything else. The small arteries of the penis are like early warning lights. They reveal vascular damage years before chest pain or heart trouble appear. What feels like a loss of desire is often a loss of circulation, and what feels like aging is really biology asking for support. Adding to this hidden process is a chemical most men have never heard of: homocysteine. When levels of this compound rise, it erodes the inner lining of the vessels, making them less flexible and more prone to blockages. And it is not the large arteries that fail first, it is the delicate microvessels of the penis. Even the slightest narrowing can change performance dramatically. The invisible diagnosis, then, is not simply low testosterone or fading drive. It is circulation under stress. It is blood vessels losing their ability to respond. But here lies the hope. This decline is not final. It is not irreversible. With the right support, even aging arteries can learn to open again, restoring not just performance, but the vitality that flows through every part of life. The decline in performance rarely comes from a single cause. More often, it is the result of small daily habits that seem harmless until they quietly add up. One of the most common is diet. Modern foods stripped of nutrients and overloaded with sugar and processed ingredients leave the body undernourished. Men may eat enough to feel full, yet lack the essential vitamins that keep blood vessels healthy and responsive. Another silent mistake is believing that effort alone is enough. Many men push themselves through fatigue, assuming they are doing all the right things. Yet, without key nutrients like folic acid, their arteries weaken, their homocysteine rises, and their circulation falters. No amount of willpower can compensate for what the body simply does not have. Medication use adds another hidden layer. Drugs for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, so common after 60, can interfere with how nutrients are absorbed. Even a man who tries to eat well may still find his levels of folic acid too low to support optimal performance. Add to this the natural decline in absorption that comes with aging, and deficiency becomes almost inevitable without deliberate care. Stress and inactivity complete the picture. Sedentary routines stiffen the vessels, while chronic worry keeps blood pressure high and inflames the very arteries that must remain open for intimacy. The body, instead of relaxing and responding, stays tense and resistant. Aging is inevitable. Wrinkles form, hair turns gray, time leaves its mark. But there is one thing many men believe they must accept that is not true: the quiet fading of their erections. Too often, men over 60 sit in silence, carrying the belief that this decline is destiny, that passion is only a memory. Yet the truth is different. Losing your erection is not a sentence of age, it is a choice made without knowing what your body truly needs. What if I told you that the strength you thought was gone can return, not with pills, not with risky shortcuts, but with something far simpler? What if the key has been sitting in front of you all along, overlooked at dinner tables and grocery aisles, waiting for the moment you finally give it the chance to work? This is not about chasing youth. It is about reminding your body of what it already knows how to do. Circulation is the lifeblood of desire, and when it flows freely, intimacy returns with a strength that feels natural, spontaneous, and real. And there is one food, proven by science and tradition alike, that supports this flow better than most drugs ever could. A food that can, in as little as a week, begin to restore the confidence you thought had slipped away. If this message touches something you've quietly lived with, I invite you to stay with me until the end, because what you'll hear may bring not only stronger erections, but the return of confidence, presence, and vitality. And before we continue, I'd be truly grateful if you subscribe to the channel, left a like if this message resonates with your journey, and shared it with someone close, a brother, a longtime neighbor, a friend from your walking group, or someone from church. In the comments, please tell us where you're watching from and your age. You'll see you're not alone. This is a space of care, and your story matters. Erections may seem like they are only about desire, but in truth, they are about circulation. In youth, the arteries are clean and elastic, blood flows easily, and the smallest vessels fill without resistance. That is why spontaneous, firm erections once came without effort. But as the years pass, changes happen quietly inside the body. Arteries begin to stiffen, small deposits of plaque settle in, and inflammation slowly narrows the very channels that carry blood where it is needed most. The penis receives its supply from the tiniest arteries in the body. That makes it the first place to reveal what is happening beneath the surface. A softer erection is not just an intimate frustration, it is a signal, a warning that circulation is already under stress. Doctors sometimes call it the canary in the coal mine, because what begins here often points to deeper trouble ahead for the heart and the brain. Most men are never told this. They believe weaker erections mean fading desire or low testosterone, when in fact, the real culprit is often poor blood flow. And circulation is not simply about age. It is shaped every day by what we eat, how we move, how we rest, and what we give or fail to give our bodies. This is the invisible diagnosis, the loss of vascular health. It hides in silence for years until one morning you notice what feels like failure. But failure is not the truth. The truth is that your body still knows. The decline in circulation rarely comes from one dramatic event. More often, it builds quietly, fed by small daily choices that seem harmless in the moment, but over time slowly close the body's pathways. One of the most common mistakes is diet. Many men over 60 rely on processed foods, white bread, fried meals, packaged snacks that strip away the natural compounds the body once depended on. Without the nitrates and antioxidants found in vegetables and greens, blood vessels lose their flexibility and nitric oxide production falls. Another silent mistake hides in the bathroom cabinet. Mouthwash, used faithfully every morning, seems like a symbol of cleanliness. But most commercial rinses kill the very bacteria in the mouth that the body needs to convert dietary nitrates, like those in beetroot, into nitric oxide. Without them, even the right foods lose their power, and circulation never improves. Then there is the fear of fat. For decades, men have been told to avoid fats for heart health. But in avoiding all fats, they also lose the healthy ones: olive oil, avocados, omega-3s, that the body requires to produce testosterone. Without these building blocks, desire weakens, and even the best blood flow struggles to spark true intimacy. And perhaps the most common mistake of all is stillness. Hours spent sitting at a desk, in a car, or in front of a television quietly restrict blood flow to the pelvis. What feels like rest is actually pressure, smothering the very circulation the body is trying to restore. These mistakes are not failures, but each one quietly sabotages performance, not only in the bedroom, but in energy, mood, and confidence. The hopeful truth is that because these habits are so ordinary, they are also reversible. Small changes, choosing natural foods, protecting oral health, adding healthy fats, moving each day, begin to free the flow again, and with it, the return of strength you thought was gone. There is a simple food, often pushed to the side of the plate, that holds one of nature's most powerful secrets for circulation: beetroot. Most men think of it only as a salad garnish, a purple vegetable with little importance. Yet inside this root lies one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, compounds your body converts into nitric oxide, the very signal that tells blood vessels to open wide and let life flow through. When nitric oxide is low, blood moves sluggishly, erections weaken, stamina fades, and energy drains. But when nitric oxide is restored, it is like lifting a gate. Blood rushes in, vessels expand, and the body remembers what it is capable of. Beetroot does not force this process the way pills attempt to. It supports it from within, repairing the system so it works naturally again. That is why some men who no longer respond to medications find themselves surprised when a simple change in diet begins to restore their strength. Science confirms what tradition has long suggested. Studies show that beetroot juice can lower blood pressure, improve vascular health, and enhance exercise performance. For men over 60, the benefits often appear where circulation matters most: firmer, longer-lasting erections, and renewed energy for daily life. And it doesn't take much. 4 to 6 ounces of fresh beet juice, half a cup of roasted beets, or even a spoonful of beet powder added to a smoothie can begin to make a difference in just days. The key is consistency and care. Beets should be lightly cooked to preserve their compounds, paired with leafy greens like spinach or arugula to boost the effect, and enjoyed as part of a nourishing